The losers bracket, everybody. Game number 1, the Hardos against ORDAH. So, quick note, we don't have a draft because these games were not covered live during the stream. Simply during the 3 days we didn't have enough time to cover all of the matches live. 2 of the matches in the losers bracket were not covered by me live, and therefore I'm recasting this right now for YouTube. So if you guys are currently watching this on YouTube and you appreciate that, make sure that you hit a thumbs up on this one. But outside of that, let's introduce our players first. We got the Hardos against Team ORDAH with Hardos on Greymane, Yasuo and Anduin, Bad Benny on Anubarak, Copenhagen playing Blaze, and Nick starting things off with the Force Armor for his Liming. On the right side of the map is Zero and Tracer out of order for Malfurion. We have Khaldor and Dehaka, Blade on Tychus with an auto attack style, and Nagrom is playing Garrosh. Okay, top side. Ooh, that's a nice track, and that is a good start. That could even have been a kill if not for Anduin. Yep, he pulled Greymane out, and that was a nice save, because that could have definitely been first blood. So the entire action shifts to the top a little bit. Greymane was of course also hoping that he would get to one of those structures and be able to chunk the hit points down a little bit in his Worgen form. With this, we're very likely gonna get the Combat Tactician most of the time. It's also stacks on level 4 that you're aiming for. But yeah, Press the Advantage is starting to become a little bit more popular again on Tychus. I mean, Tychus the entire time had multiple builds that he could really run. And since Blizzard started to give him also some upgrades for an auto attack build, we see that every now and then, not only in the qualifiers, but now also here in the playoffs for the X Cup. Now, Liming will be a bit interesting, because Nick oftentimes, when he feels that they are ahead and they are outplaying the opponent, is sometimes going for some very, very aggressive builds that we normally don't see here. But time will tell. For now, with Force Armor is the only choice made. Bottom of the map, camp is about to be taken by Team ORDAH. Obviously, top side, the blue team has responded in kind and has already taken the Khaldor here. And there's the flip. Benny is still fine. Even if he ends up behind that gate, he should be able to tunnel his way back out. And off we go. That's going to be the end of the wall. One of the towers is already down. At the bottom of the map, we got Khaldor and Blade slowly starting to move towards the top to help out here. Copenhagen has to deal with the camp, so he needs to be a bit busy. But here we go. At this point, we got top side, Khaldor making an appearance, but they weren't really able to fool anyone, so they couldn't blindside them. Now, this is a little bit of initial damage that we're now seeing from the Hardos against Team ORDAH. Not really too much yet, and obviously in another 15 seconds the objective is going to be announced and we're going to battle for Immortal number 1. Hasn't really come to that just yet, but teams will slowly start to go for the Shaman camps, as you can see here, just to make sure that they are pushing the lanes out a bit further. Now, as it stands, we have, with level 4 talents, no big surprises. We got the Triumvirate in, we got the Bed of Barbs, Anduin is going for the Moral Compass, and here comes the Bigger They Are. So this time, no stacks actually. Isn't going for anything around those lines, but tries to chunk targets down so that Tracer can move in and go for the kill straight away. No in the rhythm, but nice dodge. Khaldor is dodging a lot here, but he can't dodge it all. That's a 5v1 that he just can't win. So that's the first kill in the game. Dehaka is eliminated, and obviously right now they're bursting through another wall as the Immortal pops up. Yeah, well done. There's actually a lot of initial damage done by the Hardos, and obviously they have to do well here. If they want to continue in the tournament, then they have to win this series. They lost in the winner bracket. They were not able to take the Chili Donuts down, and therefore they find themselves in the losers bracket. That's the last chance to make it slowly but steadily, maybe even towards the grand final again. But as it stands, Team ORDAH has other plans for them. So which team is going to prevail here? We're going to find out. And as you can already tell, the red team is going for a way more defensive stance around the Immortal now, as the Hardos have started to push in. Yeah, bottom of the map, Tychus is the only one with the... Oh, Zero! Yeah, he nearly died there. Can you imagine him, for example, now moving also into Nick's orb here for just a moment? That would have just popped him instantly. But yeah, Tychus did a bit of damage to the blue team's Immortal, but definitely not enough. And Nogrom is now eating all of the Liming damage here, as position is just so annoying. Nick can sit at the side whenever he wants and then can just do exactly that. Shoot one combo after another, and that eventually will get them either the Immortal or maybe even a hero kill. But as you can tell, they are likely gonna grab Immortal number 1, and with Greymane just chunking that thing down, it's an easy lock. Yeah, Greymane is fantastic in that position. He is so strong against, well, in Worgen form in general, against structures, against waves, and also against the Immortal. And that's a fantastic tool to have on this map. When you're looking over to what Team ORDAH is currently running, they just don't have that punchy setup against the Immortal itself. Now, they have a good teamfight composition, don't get me wrong. They're running Malfurion together with Tracer, which is always fantastic. And the Malfurion root combined with Garrosh can also isolate a target and take it down. But at this point, yeah, talking about it, thanks for making me look good. It's exactly what happened to Nick here. He might not be the only one that falls because Hardos is on the run. Yasuo probably going to be able to get away. Yeah, Hardos gets his ass moonfired by Malfurion, but it is Dehaka who seals the deal for him. Nice, well done. Yeah, the Immortal is still doing work though, and he is able to take down the fort. So the fort is down, and they moved even towards the top in the hopes, I believe, to do a bit more damage towards the top fort, which so far has not really worked out for them because Meneldur and Blade reacted right away and rotated up as well to meet the aggression. And Nogron with the attempt at a quick flip, but only hits the minion here, so wasn't able to get the entire team thrown over. Well, the hero. Calamity on level 7 for Li Ming. Nothing fancy here. Standard, obviously. Yeah, Calamity is one of the talents that actually blows me away every single time we stream, because the talent is just such a must-have pick that only 1 in 100 or 1 in 1,000 games, it feels, you get anything else but Calamity in competitive play. And every single time it happens, it doesn't really work. But there's always people that are in Twitch chat, in the comments, are going over about or build. And I really don't understand how many games have to be played in competitive play, in HGC, when we had full pro scene, until people finally realize that when you're playing on the highest level, Calamity is the way to go. I honestly don't get it. But there's always at least one doofus that is like, if the pros would just play my style, they would see how good it is. And that just blows me away every single time. I mean, Calamity is so good that some people in the past have actually argued that it should be made baseline so that you have a bit more talent variety on level 7. And I absolutely agree. The only time when you see other talents on level 7 and Calamity is when you're looking at Wood League and Plastic League, or Storm League in general, because that's not really proper competitive play. But yeah, when you're playing on this level, anything else is just you griefing. So right now, Nick is just doing his thing. We sometimes see him going super aggressive if he feels he can get away with it and go for a glass cannon on level 13. That's obviously a huge gamble, and most of the time it only works if your opponent doesn't have high mobility heroes. With Tracer in and her being able to really threaten Li Ming, I would highly suggest that Illusionist is going to be the weapon of choice, but we'll see. The one thing we know for sure is that with her rogue abilities right now, we're going to see much bigger plays. Already Anduin with his light bomb right there. And top side and bot side, we still have the Shamans pushing in, but nearly a kill on Bad Benny. That was a good pull by Anduin, nicely done. The bunker already on the ground as the blue team is fighting for the halftime show. And yep, here comes Odin. That's a bit of a shitty timing for Odin, honestly. I mean, what are you accomplishing here? They could just wait it out. It's not like you're going to be able to do a whole lot of damage, and the halftime show has nearly been locked in. So I'm not so sure if Blade is... I mean, he's buying his team a little bit more time than I expected. Fair enough. But there's the halftime show now. So Odin did buy them some time, I suppose. But here comes the counterplay. They're coming straight in for Nagrom. And Garrosh is alive! But they could have switched over to Dykes, which they decided to not do. And they can't get a kill. So no kill for the Hardos. Interestingly enough, it's still a 2-1 kill lead for Team ORDAH. But of course, they lost the bottom fort and they suffered some damage at the top. The Immortal is also looking really good for the Hardos. So if they can lock in the second one, they should at least get a second fort. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, at this point, that's an easy one. That's 50% on the shield. If they can get a kill on top of it as well, that would be the dream. But it seems like they are the ones losing one of their heroes. The third kill for Team ORDAH. The light bomb attempt, they are trying to get a counter kill. That hasn't worked. Benny instead is in trouble and is dying as well. Nice. Team ORDAH, look at that. They might lose the objective, but they're starting to win these team fights pretty handily. That's 4 kills to 1, and they are able to, I guess, defend, well, top forward. You know what? Might still fall. It will fall. But at least they were able to defend a bit here. So the problem for them is that the bot lane, the blue team, has now just decided that they're going to push a little bit to try and apply pressure to the keep, while there's still some defenders up at the top. But now that they're realizing they're rotating away from it, they're immediately moving back out, so they're not going to get flanked here. So, yeah, Immortal wasn't as impactful as it could be, but the fort has still been destroyed. Copenhagen, has to bunker up early. He gets taunted too. There's the Tracer bomb, and with the jet propulsion, he's able to move out. Cocoon against Tracer. Can he get the stun? There's the slow. Get wrecked. I mean, hello. Full combo, stun, slow, everything, and Tracer just gets blown to pieces. Yeah, the cavalry was not here for long. Level 13 talent advantage for Team ORDAH, but their main damage dealer, one of the main damage dealers, is now gone. So they might lose that, they will lose that fountain at the top. Yeah, please? Thank you. For a moment I really thought that they wouldn't finish it. But there's the drag against the Nubarak. Can he still get out? 13 talents on both sides. Get the Illusionist for Liming. And with Malfurion already popping his Tranquility, they're just trying to get away for now. So yeah, Liming obviously is still firing one salve after another. You want to be careful that the blue team doesn't turn it against you and all of a sudden locks you down. So yeah, they gotta be cautious. But it's 2 kills to 4, both teams are level 13. And while we still have a leading experience for the red team, and they also have the kill lead, they just fall farther and farther behind on structures. And that's it. Oh, and yeah, that's a problem too. Garrosh down. They try to go for Malfurion. Arthritis Boy is about to bite the dust, and they hoped to get Tracer too. But with the 2 kills that they just locked in, the keep is wide open and they can go straight for it. Oh, good save against Nick. Nice dodge on the jet propulsion though. Well done by Menaldor. But yeah, Immortal coming up in 20 seconds. Hardos is already starting to burn the minion wave down over here. And they're going for the steal instead. Instead of trying to apply pressure towards the keep, which they wouldn't be able to drop anyways, they just steal the shamans away. Probably one of the best things that they can do at this point in time. That's going to help them a lot, because there's no pressure that can be applied by ORDAH on the top lane. Instead, they can now take their own camp during the halftime show, or even afterwards, and instead just focus on the objective. And the race is always going to be won by them. Greymane is just too fucking good at this. So yeah, 4 kills to 4, but if you're the red team, you cannot just simply go for a push here. And let's keep in mind, this camp is also pushing the top lane. It hasn't been eliminated by Team ORDAH. And I think that was a huge oversight, because their keep is now going to suffer. And they don't have a lot of choices left. Either you send someone back defending the keep, which seems to be what they're doing, but that will immediately trigger an attack from the Hardos, or you can just suffer the consequences. So yeah, as you see, what happens? He defends, they see it on the minimap, and they immediately start attacking. The red team trying to wrap around. Ooh, nice lock into a stun here. Like that one. Copenhagen, he can still bunker up, and he does, just as Tracer gets attacked. It's a 4 versus 4, 5 versus 5 at this point, but the combo! Liming with another kill against Garrosh. He's dead. Benny dies too. Yeah, Menaldor together with Tychus was able to get the kill here. Also gets the drag on Blaze, and he doesn't have a bunker any longer, so that's the 2nd kill. Team ORDAH, all of a sudden, they're doing some work here. They're still behind on the Immortal. They need to bring this back. They also popped Odin, and also they're slightly ahead in experience. Now, Tracer gets just murdered here. Li Ming once again an immortal kill against Dehaka. Oh boy, they looked so good for just a moment, but now Blade is suffering too. They take him down. That's level 16 for the blue team, and they're coming in for the immortal kill. Top lane keep, as mentioned before, is already on 50%. Down at the bottom, the wall has been opened up. So as you can imagine, having an immortal with 80% shield is now hugely beneficial. to the blue team. They can come down to the bot lane and try and take the first keep down. And when I say try, I mean they're gonna take the first keep down. It's pretty impossible to defend against this. 14 minutes in, granted, this is not going to be the strongest Immortal of all times, but this is still plenty to take the keep down if the entire wall is already destroyed. So yeah, there's that. Epic Enter also chosen for Nuburak on level 16, so he can now epically enter the opponent's backline and start to get those stuns set up. We have 42,000 damage for Li Ming. Yeah, honestly, Blizzard needs to finally put that space in between the two words. I don't really know why they didn't do that, but yeah, there is a huge... I mean, there's this huge spelling error that has been in the game for a long time. They need to finally fix it. Keep is down, by the way. And it seems like they're still trying to go for the chase, but Nokrom gets out. I'm not quite sure if they're gonna go and try to end the game here, but I don't believe that the Immortal can survive that long. So it burns the shield down, granted, and they should be able to do at least a little bit of damage, but unless they're getting a kill or two, they won't be able to finish the whole thing. Or will they? That Immortal does way more damage than I expected it to. 60% at this point. Yeah, Hardos already moving back out, and no kill, but look at that core, 38%. And he has a kill on Anduin, so it seems like they have to back off after all. But the core this low, ORDAH needs way more than only one kill. They need to chase this, and they need to take multiple heroes down. Oh, and instead they lose Garrosh. Garrosh down, Blade on the run. Oh boy. Yep, now they're trying to make a play for Copenhagen, and he falls too. There's actually a huge slaughter that we're seeing here. Kill after kill after kill. Hardos is now the next on the list, and he dies too. So it seems like ORDAH is walking away with a few kills after all. Benny missing the stun here. Maynard also missing the kill. Nick, he's still alive, gets moon-fired. Even the Cocoon! The fuck is going on here? They try for the kill on the Haka, but finally they all die. 5-man wipe! And now the only question, what exactly can ORDAH do with this? I honestly think if you already, I mean, yes, take the camp fair, but I would say at least take this one too. So it's a bit surprising to me that they didn't try and take this. I mean, everyone's low, I get it. But that is a big tool for the next push. So that they didn't take the Shaman camp is a little bit weird to me. Because this one is not gonna do a whole lot. Yeah, that's an oversight. That should have been the camp that they take. I don't know why they didn't happen. But they let that slide, and now it can be claimed by the Hardos, and it will enhance that bottom lane push even further. And this camp, I mean, seriously, what did it do? Open the wall. Congratulations. There's nothing. That doesn't matter at all. That Shaman camp pushing the bot lane now, where there's no keep standing anymore, and there's constant catapult pressure, that's gonna matter a lot. So, yeah. They couldn't really do a whole lot. Absolutely true. But that is definitely something that would have helped them a little bit. Now, we got 11 to 9 kills, and, well, if they get to level 20, maybe. Also, halftime show isn't really too bad for them, if you think about it. It's 50-50. Top 4 is gonna fall too, I suppose. So, there is still some stuff that they can do here. If they just buy enough time for Storm Talents to be taken, then they have an opportunity to win maybe another fight, maybe with an Immortal. Can they bring this back? I mean, they shouldn't be able to. With 38% on the core, they really shouldn't. But the Haka has now helped the top camp to take the entire fort, and now he's pushing it towards the keep. So, yeah, there's the defense over here. Blade, he goes for the Shaman. Should also take the catapults down, by the way. But this Immortal is looking bad. Oh, the save! The Haka! They go for the drag! Can they get the kill on Benny? And I don't think they can. The bunker was there in time. Core is soon gonna get attacked, but they are so close to level 20. They're so close to Storm Talents. There's the flip, the light bomb. Nagrom, no! And he's dead. Garrosh is dead. Blade is low, and he gets crushed too. They still don't have level 20. They can't use it here. Finally, their Storm Talents are ready, but it's too little too late. Birdman gets eliminated too. Malfurion is down. And of course, this is going to be the beginning of the end here. Yes, this Immortal falls. The Haka, he dies first. They don't even have to wait for the Immortal any longer. With only 38% on the core, that's just nothing that you have to wait for. Look at how many catapults we already have bot side. There's 3 catapults now pushing in. Some of them will grief and attack, of course, the tower again. Those catapult drivers should honestly be fired. I don't even know why they are still employed. That's just a mad grief. And yeah, there's already the first one. I mean, look at this shit. These guys need glasses. I mean, seriously. That tower doesn't mean anything, but the tower is going to be taken down, and so will the core. Nicely done by the Hardos. Well played by them. They take the lead in the best of 5 series here in the losers bracket of the X Cup fall. Team ORDAH defeated on the battlefield of eternity. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, we are on Tomb of the Spider Queen, the Hardos against Team ORDAH. On the left side, the blue team, the Hardos with Hardos on Tychus. We got Copenhagen this time on Urel, Nick on Hanzo, Bad Benny on Varian, and Yasu, Gesundheit, on Lucio. Right side of the map is Zero on Jaina, out of order. He's playing Malfurion again. Nalgrom on Jojo, we got Menaldor once more on the Haka, and Blade on Sylvanas. Now again guys, as usual, if you don't see a draft in any of the games that you watch on YouTube, it's simply because we're casting the games from replays. They weren't covered live. And in this case, we have the matches, or 2 of the matches in the losers bracket. They were not covered live during the tournament. The X Cup Fall playoffs lasted 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There was actually a ton of content, and 2 of the games were played off stream, and that's why we're casting these from replays here. So, well, Jaina is immediately blown up as all of this starts. So our girl is down. Frost Lady is getting defrosted pretty quickly here by Tychus. That didn't even take half a minute. First kill of the game, so definitely a good opening for the blue team. The Hardos with the initial kill. Not quite what you're looking for if you're trying to tie the series. And Jaina is a bit of a mixed bag just in general these days. We don't see her a whole lot, and when she gets played, she is obviously there for all of the damage that she brings. Also the CC to an extent at least, but the burst damage is even more so important. So here we go. We got our Varian pick, of course. So with Varian, what you're normally trying to do... I mean, Benny really loves his Varian, so that's the first thing. But with Varian, the idea is obviously to really just work around taunt and then burn targets down very quickly and supply those kills. In this case, they don't have a whole lot of that mage burst damage that you oftentimes see with Varian. And what they also don't have is a follow-up stun. You oftentimes see Varian played with Malfurion, sometimes Deckard Cain. You can go for a side laner that provides a stun. Now, there is displacement available through Urel and Lucio that the Hardos have, so that they can control the target a bit better. And obviously, if Tychus goes for the bigger they are, they can use that. But it's still something to keep in mind here. Already, Urel hopping on point. They're going deep for that invade. But they lose Urel. They haven't lost the fight yet on the other hand. And Menaldor is low. He dies. Blade is dead as well. And it's a total disaster. 4 heroes are down. All of them dropped. And the camp stolen. Only Malfurion is here. We're gonna take another look at this, but this one hurt, and it hurt a lot. Urel was the first one to fall, and then this happened. Everybody dead and dying. A massive blow to the ambitions of Team ORDAH. We got the Hardos with 5 kills to 2. They've now done damage to the fort in the middle. They also stop, of course, a lot of these waves to just push out and do their thing. It's a 3-kill lead, 1 level advantage. The gem count, I don't even want to talk about that. Yeah, that was a big problem. That was a huge problem, actually. Now, we got Taunt in at this point, and the camp taken on the left side now too. Keep in mind, by the way, that Sylvanas on level 1 went for stacks and only has 6 so far. So the Unfurling Shadows are in, but with that lead in experience, a turn-in at this point for the Hardos would be huge, because if they can make all of this happen with a level 7 talent advantage, that would be a problem. And they're going deep for Menaldor. They want that kill, and they get it. Nicely done by Tychus with the grenade here towards the end. They're even keeping Yasu alive. He was the one in danger as the towers took aim. But that is level 7 right here. They got the turn in. There's nobody defending the bot lane either. Currently, the Hardos are just absolutely crushing this. I mean, really crushing it. That's a total disaster for the red team, at least in the early game. So what they need is, I mean, a couple of kills, maybe a good objective rotation. But they are suffering a lot. Not only do they lose structures, they're behind in experience, they're behind in talents. They've lost quite a few gems too. And now, with the Hardos turning in and potentially pushing this even further, there's the taunt! Oh, and that was a bit of a misplay here from Jojo. Yeah, she should have seen that coming and used the Iron Skin here. But the timing of Benny was just a little bit better. So Jojo, too late. 8 kills to 2. And that is more than a level lead that we're talking about right now. And obviously also an easy turn-in. I mean, at this point, there's very little that you can do to stop that. Jaina dies again. Team ORDAH is getting spanked currently. They're getting absolutely spanked. The Hardos are just controlling game number 2 from start. I mean, not to finish yet, but look at this lead. They're nearly 2 levels ahead. Are you kidding me? 6 kill advantage. 2 levels ahead nearly. If they get a double turn in and have level 10 during the second, they can obliterate probably every single fort that we have in the game right now. ORDAH needs to do something, but it's gonna get tricky when they're falling behind in talents again. And honestly, at this point, even the stats advantage matters. If you're level 23 against 25 or whatever, the stats advantage is significant, but it's not really that big of a deal. This early in the game, it's a completely different story. So right now, they're going for Malfurion again. He pops the root, and they're trying to turn it on Urel. But level 10 is there any moment now. Mid lane attack, there's level 10, and there's the kill on Jojo. Johanna is dead, Blondie gets obliterated. Oh my god. At this point, I mean, at what point do you start feeling sorry for them? Wait. Not like this. Another kill. Yep. Kill after kill, everybody. Top side. Nick is down. No clue why I called him Wit in a second ago, but yeah. So, Nagrom, again, they're just trying to stop the bleeding here. But they are already bleeding a lot. The first fort has been destroyed at the bot lane, in the middle. There's a ton of damage, top side. I mean, they can't even move out. They can't even do anything here, because what are they gonna do at the end of the day? They have no level 10. They can make no play around this. They're 2 levels behind. They just have to try and survive, and there's the snipe on the Haka. At least they can recover the gems. It doesn't change the fact that the Hardos are about to get the second turn in a row, and we still have not seen a single, not one gem turned in by Team ORDAH. They are getting slapped around this entire game. I mean, honestly, the Hardos, they're just whipping their butt. Now, with the turn-in about to be completed by Nick, there's an opportunity for the blue team to just destroy... Oh, please take it. Please take it. Please take it. Can you imagine if he just dives in and they steal that camp away? That would have been even worse. But nope, they're looking good. So now the chance to bring it back, maybe. They need some kills. They need a good setup with the Ring of Frost as a follow-up after the stun. Blow the targets up as quickly as they can. It's the only chance that they have to bring this back. The taunt is already out for Benny. Urel is pushing the bot lane. Top Web Weavers should have an easy kill here. But the defense in the middle is good. ORDAH defends the mid lane, so they're doing a nice job here. But obviously they need kills. Now, don't get me wrong. They have the combos. They have 2 silencers that they can use. First Malfurion and then Sylvanas. They got also the Haka, obviously. And then burst damage from Jaina. And they need it. They need kills. And now, despite the fact that they defended the Web Weavers quite well in the mid lane, they might lose that fort after all. Top fort has already been dropped. And at the bot lane, the Haka has lost the wall. Urel has pushed this for a long time. And now she's busy in the mid lane trying to drop this too. Here's level 13. The Hardos. Mercilessly. The attack at the top, Team ORDAH, they have to take it. It's a bad one for them, but they have to try and get some kills. Blade is low, and survives. The Ring of Frost connecting with at least 2 here. More damage. Hazu, there it is. Finally a counter kill, and maybe now with some of those slows and stuns, they have a chance to get more kills. They need something. Maybe try and get that turn in now. They got 55 gems. They haven't turned in a single one yet. 5 versus 4. It's good. It's not the best. Talent disadvantage is still a reality that they have to deal with. And of course, Tigers is going to be back soon. But they're putting good damage on Urel and forcing her to ult up. And there's a kill. All right, now we're talking. Team ORDAH, everybody. They haven't given up yet. They got kill number 4 for themselves. They close the gap slowly. And here comes that turn in. Out of Order delivers 19. Zero gets interrupted. Yeah, they need to turn in with, I mean, nearly everybody, honestly. Nagrom in particular has 22 gems, and he needs to deliver them ASAP. 38,000 damage now from Hanzo. 20,000 from Jaina. They move down to the bottom turn-in spot in the hopes that they are going to be successful here. So far, that hasn't really come true for them. Yeah, 11 kills to 2, 13. Ah, boy. Yeah. 13 is still something that they have to wait for. So they couldn't exploit the 5 versus 4 advantage for too long. Right now, they're trying, at least. Only one that hasn't fallen yet is Malfurion for the red team. Hanzo and Lucio have also not died in this game thus far. 20 gems for the Hardos. So they're not really threatening another Web Weaver turn in anytime soon. But they're getting closer and closer to level 16, of course. And here come the interrupts. Hazu with a grenade that Benny can also chip in a bit. The Harkas at the bottom of the map pushing this out. Can always global through. There's the big arrow. Cleansed out immediately by Out of Order's Malfurion. But Nagrom gets body blocked, and that's 25 gems that they might not get back. The Harka is trying, and they blow Lucio up. Lucio is instantly dead. Nice move by the Harka, recovers the gems and is able to kill Lucio. But now the taunt and middle door. Oh, Urel. She gets the kill with Tychus. The gems on the ground, but Benny is safeguarding them. And Team ORDAH, they just lost too much. Level 16. 1 more second and the blue team will have access to it. There it is. There's still plenty of gems for a turn-in, but of course, compared to what we've seen from the Hardos, they have nothing. 56 stacks for Blade on his Sylvanas. Nothing to write home about right now. Yeah, needs a little bit more. Can take a closer look also at the damage output. Sylvanas is sitting at 23,000 behind Jaina. Uh-oh, Jojo is dead. Blade is gonna die. That's 21 gems down the drain unless Zero is able to get them. And he moved out a little bit too far. Someone just got greedy. Big arrow on Malfurion. And he got popped. Just a bunch of feathers left as Bird Boy explodes. 17 to 5 kills. 16 on the board. Now, Hardos don't even know what to attack. The Hardos are just sitting there. It's like, middle, top, boss, turn in. Guys, what are we doing? And I was like, alright, let's go keep. Let's go keep. So, yeah. That's a quick move for the keep, and I guess after that they can still fall back and go for the boss and then try core. Game number 1, honestly, was a bit more of a back and forth, despite the fact that the Hardos did really well and dominated big stretches of the game, but right now this is just a spanking that we're witnessing here. Yeah, this is rough. The Hardos, they're going through Team ORDAH like hot butter through cheese at this point. I mean, they are just flowing through that, melting them away. So this is this is a slap down. Good luck recovering from that. 29 stacks for Jojo. Yeah. Too shabby, but it's the turn-in that really concerns me the most. They didn't go for the boss here, but now they have the chance to go for additional keeps. The first one is already down. And what else can they do now? Mid lane. Yeah, a little bit more poke damage from Nyx Hanzo. But they're pushing the lanes out even before the web weavers are touching ground, which of course makes them just drop down a lot deeper into enemy territory. And that's what we're getting right now. Yeah. Level 16 at least will be available for Team ORDAH for the defense. That's a big step. That's important. But can they save those keeps? That's the big question here. And here comes our boy, Tychus with Odin. And that is just such a shitty lane to defend now. Yeah, you got everything stacked up against you. Web Weavers, Tigers coming in. Big NA arrow, narrowly missing the target here as the push through the mid lane comes through. The fountain is destroyed within half a second. They go for the keep. Bottom keep is still getting attacked too. And let's not forget about the Web Weaver at the top that will now target the core directly. They go for the fight. Good isolation from Urel. And even with a ring, they lose Jojo. Jojo is down, Malfurion is low, everybody else is on the run. The bottom keep has taken damage, the one in the middle is down to 50% HP, and the core is being attacked through the top lane as Jaina dies as well. Shields are slowly falling, the catapult's already doing some work here. And of course now the Hardos, they're gonna look for victory, for the 2-0 lead in this series, in this best of 5, in the losers bracket. Down goes Sylvanas and Dehaka. 5-man team wipe as the entire red team is obliterated. Team ORDAH loses to the Hardos on Tomb of the Spider Queen, and the blue team takes a 2-0 lead in this best of 5 in the losers bracket of the X Cup Fall. Game number 3, Hardos with a 2-0, and they're trying to win the series here, move on to the next round of the losers bracket. Now if they take it on Dragonshire, then Team ORDAH is out of the tournament. On the left side, we got Hardos on Greymane, we have Copenhagen on Raxa, the king of Dragonshire. Nick on Hanzo, Yasuo on Stukov for the low blow, and Bad Benny on Johanna. Right side of the map is 0 with Lulnara out of order on Malfurion. And we got our boy Stitches. Guys, we have a Stitches composition. Playtime. Meneldo on Urel and Blade is playing Jaina. So they have a pretty good Stitches composition. I mean, if you're playing Stitches, you are trying to play around the hook and then you want to lock the target down, which they can do with Malfurion. They have slows from Lunara and from Jaina, and they have more displacement through Urel. So pretty much they have everything that they need to take a target down after it gets hooked. If they can do it or not, that depends highly on, first of all, Stitches landing his hooks, of course, but also what the Hardos then can do to try and safeguard them. If, for example, Misha moves in and tries and get something done there, But okay, so up towards the top, what do we have there? Misha likely gonna claw her way into the minion wave in a second, but for now she is making sure that Meneldo is not being able to rotate over. Yeah. Okay, so down to the bottom of the map, or in the middle at least. We still have Stitches holding the line here. Went on level 1, by the way, into the patchwork creation. And with the camps now spawning on the map, I think Hardos is soon going to start with the Bruiser camp if he doesn't help out Yasuo over here at the Siege Giants. But it seems like the red team is on the hunt. Moving down to the bot lane, there's the hook, and yeah, that's kind of mean. Jojo just simply walks out of it. There's the Iron Skin, pops the cooldown, and then an easy move out of harm's way. Here's the camp, by the way, so Greymane is doing exactly what we expected him to do. And since the red team is currently not taking their camp, this means that this one is going to do quite a bit of work topside. So they're going to be able to do some damage. I don't think that this is going to be taken in time either way, so they have to defend for now. Hardos is also trying to help out a bit as Rexa goes for the top. Now, Rexa is always going to win that top lane. And some people are always misunderstanding that when we talk about it, but on the competitive level, well, that's a nice kill. Jaina down, that's a good step. Doesn't mean that Rexa is the best solo laner that you can get, but Rexa has this unique feature where he can actually split himself and Misha onto 2 different positions. So if you're going up against Rexa and you're alone, you have to decide whether you want to take minion experience in the middle or whether you want to go for the shrine. Rexa doesn't have to make that choice. So left alone, he will win the lane against you. But obviously, there's a few more players on each team, so they're going to rotate over and help out a bit. And that's exactly what we can expect now from Team ORDAH throughout the game. They're going to try and get some damage done. And in addition to that, levels and talents obviously matter, at least to an extent as well. So there we go. We got the 1 kill to 0. We have already the top wall broken down. Here comes our little play. Bot side. Oh dear. Bambi going down. Stukov coming in and taking her apart. That's a problem. With Lunara gone, that's 2 kills to 0 now on a slight lead. ORDAH again falling a little bit behind. I mean, rumor has it that they're playing this game standing because they got spanked so hard on the second map that they just can't sit down. Apparently there was a big break between the two games because they had to apply a lot of aloe vera to those burns they received on Tomb of the Spider Queen. But as it stands, they're still able to play, but they're again falling behind. Urel also killed, and that is nearly a level lead now once more for the Hardos. Bad Benny, he gets away here, but there's already pressure in the mid lane. Both of the shrines have been taken. And here is the big battle in the middle with the talent advantage for the blue team. If we are honest, then we obviously have to admit that the Hardos are definitely outclassing Team ORDAH by quite a bit. I mean, they're currently second, maybe third best team in Europe. So now with level 7 in their hands, we still have them in a pretty good position. They have a bit of a lead, 3 kills to 0, applying consistent pressure in the middle of the map. Have the kill lead with 3, and those hooks just don't do enough yet. Once that he has his level 10, we're probably going to get a little bit more. Once he has level 13 and he has the extended range on the hook, those are going to be much more dangerous too. But once level 10 and Gorge kick in, we can follow up on those hooks with a quick Gorge, then get the target isolated and take it down. But Stitches is also finding a few more friends than he apparently wanted to. Misha barely missing the stun as she's starting to jump in. A hook, but Benny is fine. The few shots that are being fired by the tower here is not going to do a thing. I don't know, sometimes it reminds me of the days when tower still had ammunition. That would have drained tower ammunition a little bit, if anything. But double control actually on the shrines now here in Dragonshire. So both of them claimed by Team ORDAH. That's not really... And they got the Dragonite! They snuck it in! They snuck the Dragonite in. Alright, that came out of nowhere. I really like that. That was actually pretty cool. So they are able to get the DK and take a tower down. Now they should play this slow and play around the Dragon's Breath a lot. Taking the wall down is definitely in the cards for them. Even the bot lane gets pressured, but I like that. Team ORDAH. They lose 3 heroes, but then they get the first objective, and the Hardos apparently underestimated them a little bit. They thought they had enough time to prevent it from happening, and Stitches quickly taught them differently. Now the fountain got destroyed, and that's not too shabby. As long as Stitches can make his way out of the fight, they're gonna be fine. And now that Jaina moves in, he should survive, but level 10 is ready for the Hardos, and that's a problem. They turn it on Hazo, at least they try to. There's the root on the ground, but they don't have heroics. The arrow, and Lunara is dead. Bambi is down. And there's another quick hook coming. Alright. At this point, we have 4 kills to 0. They did some structural damage, but the top lane has also suffered, as you can see on the minimap. The fort is down to 20%. Not a single kill yet for Team ORDAH. Not one. But they got their 10. And that gives us the Ardent Defender. Ooh, and Bile. No Gorge. They go for Bile instead. Okay. So Stitch is gonna puke all over the place once again. Alright, fair enough. No Bile for him. Thornwood Vines are also still in play. And we get again the Ring of Frost. Jaina is going to be absolutely key here. Double checking on the bushes, as you can see here as well. So that's kind of important. Making sure that they are not going to have a big problem on that. Top side. If they don't send someone in quickly, then that fort is gone. And Urel is there, but she might be a little bit too late. Yeah, that's not going to work. Menaldor is going to lose that fort. There's nobody else. Instead, we have the arrow at the bottom. Oh, big dodge, big arrow. Ooh, big miss. And they still go for the fight. There's the Ring of Frost. And the hit. Stukov goes down. Out of ORDAH is also in trouble. And there comes the kill. Malfurion is dead. So yeah, they trade kills down here, but the fort top side has been lost. Urel wasn't able to defend against Misha and Rexa. That wasn't really a shock. But yeah, the arrow, that didn't do anything. That was actually well done also by Team ORDAH. They saw that one coming, so they anticipated the arrow, and then they dodged out on it. Flew far and wide. 5 kills to 1 for now. Yeah, 12 to 12 on the board. And as you can see, Haza in the spray game, absolutely on point. Team Liquid going strong here still. 18 stacks for Jaina. And in the same time, we still have the next objective up for grabs. And if they get to level 13, maybe they can get control over the bottom shrine too. And play that one out as well. Here's the 5 kills. There's the hook. Copenhagen. Oh, tons of damage, but not enough. And Misha is immediately there for the rescue. They're trying to also body block Nogrom. PewDiePie getting used. Oh, Malfurion gets murdered by Jana. But it seems that we're gonna lose Rexa. Stitches pays with his life for it. And they get a kill on Jaina, who just disappeared. I mean, seriously, she just disappeared there for a second. So now we have 8 kills to 2, and that gives them a Dragonite. Nick is already taking control of the bot lane. Yeah, has an easy one right here. And now Jojo is going to get the first DK for the Hardos in this third game. Now they are level ahead, and it's not over for Team ORDAH by any means yet. But of course now they're going to lose a bit more ground here. And after they lost the fort initially topside, this is starting to become a bit of a problem. If you're losing all of those outer rings of defenses, and then, well, you still have to fight for the objective, it's going to make it pretty tricky, since your opponent will still have fountains and retreat points and you don't anymore. Your distance to safety is also increased, which means that anytime a fight turns against you, you're going to have a rough time trying to rush out of this one. So, yeah, there's another hook. They go for Nick, or they want to. Oh, that's a kill. Misha goes down. Peter has been informed and reports have been sent in. Rexa doesn't want to live any longer either. The man with the mask is already down. What are these arrows now? I mean, they are wild. Stukov is dead, and so is Jaina. Oh, Meldor is also going to die. The wolf wants some lamb over here. Urel is down, the space goat is dead. Oh, that was a good one. That was actually clean. That was a clean kill on Hanzo. Hook, root, and damage. Boom, right there. That was absolutely perfect. So yeah, nicely done. But at that point, Hanzo, he's still surviving. They have 10 kills to 5. 2 of the forts gone. As I said, it's a little bit more difficult for Team ORDAH to hold a position in the middle of the map now. And that goes for both of the altars and also the statue in the middle. 16 gives another lead over to the blue team that they can now try and run with. So we're going to see how that works. Especially for Greymane. Executioner is in. And we got Feign Death. The worst actor in the universe. Rexa. With his Feign Death. Nobody really falls for that shit. He's like, ooh, I'm dead. Everybody's like, yeah, I kind of don't believe you. I don't think you are. I was like, nice try, buddy, but not so sure about it. Oh, look at that. We got the Snowstorm in. All right. Snowstorm for our girl. They got level 16 talents now. Even talents at least. It's good for the fights. Urel in the middle is able to rush out. This time he didn't get an arrow. I was just waiting for Nick YOLOing an arrow out again. Also with the 16, the Starwood Spear. We get the Pulverize. But they're playing this a little bit slower than I even expected it. So the next objective is coming up with 20. And thanks to the camp taken bot side, Benny and Nick are making sure that those siege giants are not going to get too much traction. But there's an invade. Team ORDAH trying to play more aggressive to tie the experience. I like that. And Hazu gets caught hard. Hazu has no chance here. He's going to die. Great kill. But the counter kill is always there. And they get a double. They get a triple even. Bambi is dead too. They took down Greymane and then they lost 3. I like the idea that they had behind it. They realized that they need to be more aggressive on the map in order to bring this back. So they just started moving in, trying to drive a wedge between them. And it was successful. They isolated Greymane and they got the kill. But then the choke point became a big problem for them. And now another Dragonite is more or less inevitable. With only 2 on the map, you won't be able to delay that or deny it. And of course, yeah, here comes the play. One of the huge things here is also Stukov is just too strong in those choke points. Yeah, they're waiting for Greymane to come back, but the Dragonite is going to be a force to be reckoned with either way. You can now go down to the bottom of the map and make a play there. Yep, another tower down. And let's see what they can pull off now, because Dragonite is gonna at least take down the fort. Hook on the minion over here. That didn't go too well. But once that Jojo moves in... What is it with these arrows? Nick, hello? Are you drunk? Like, is he seeing double or what's going on? He's like, I'm gonna hit one of those 10 heroes. No problem. Watch me. Well, we did watch you. And that's the third one in a row that you YOLO'd away. So, not really sure what's going on there. Menaldor gets an ass kicking. 13-6. And, well, can they go a little bit deeper on this and take the keep down? Half a level to 20. So, maybe, just maybe. Benny! Blessed shield! And they try to go for stitches, but look at that hit point pool. That's a little bit too much to handle. Damage is still being pushed out here. Lunaro with a poke. 34,000 for Jaina. 47k for Hanzo. And here's the Dragonite. Okay. Another quick hit. And in the meantime, all the way at the top lane, unbeknownst to the red team, a big push that could take the wall down. Yeah, once that you open that up, the Bridge of Death becomes a lot less problematic. Seems like Blade is gonna go towards the top. No, actually, for now, they're still gonna let that one slide because they're aware there might be some trouble around the Siege Giant camp. But now we got level 20. The bullseye for Hanzo. Upgrade with Radiating Faith is here too. And there's the hook. They want Misha, but they don't get Misha. No. Now, bear with me here. If they can somehow get to level 20, then they might just have a chance to claw their way back into it. But they've been barely able to hold on for now. Oh, and scratch them. They got murdered. Maybe with the ring. Can they get the counter kill? Holy hell. That was brutal. Once an arrow hits, they get murdered. So yeah, Nick, apparently they sobered him up a little bit. And now he is just crushing. That was crazy. They just exploded. And now the core is wide open. They got the level 20 and they ruthlessly exploited that. Jaina is dead too. They dropped Blondie. And now they can go for it. 17 kills, 2-6 everybody. There's the move for the core, and they're gonna claim victory. A 3-0 for the Hardos in the losers bracket as they move on to the next round of the X-Cup Fall playoffs. Team ORDAH, they were just not strong enough today. They drop out and get eliminated without winning a single map against the Hardos.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.